And I request the principal and academy officer and all the guests to stand up for national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय
Honorable members, good evening to all of you. I welcome you all in the Youth Parliament session 2020. I hope this session will be fruitful. Before starting the session, I would like to introduce our foreign delegates. First, we have our foreign delegates from France, named Mr. Maxwell. Second, we have Mr. Cameron from South Africa. I welcome you heartily. Now we start with newly elected members. Secretary General, please proceed.
Reform Civil Code, UCC. It is to make sure from its name itself that it will connect all the people of India with a common law section provided by the judiciary and this parliament. The Reform Civil Code, it will not increase the gap between rich and poor and is actually made to just follow the rituals for every person irrespective of their caste, religion or their authority. We have brought this under consideration of our government because it is your people, your big people that hide from judicial accusations even after doing big crimes. And I would like to ask them that how many of the members present over here are still convicted of crime and not getting the proper treatment. This is because they have power, but it is not what we will do. We will make sure that those who have done something wrong are behind the bar and are there for the equal time. We will not make sure that it is our government that makes all the profit. It is the people that will get profited. Everyone will have an equal right and the judicial process will take equal time, making sure that there is no bifurcation between rich and poor. Hence, I can take guarantee, unlike you, that this law will surely bring rich and poor gap to a maintenance. Thank you.
Not happy to do a crime, but it is the circumstances that makes him a criminal. What about the circumstances criminals that do so for filling their stomachs? Will the UCC have some special measure for them?
Silence.
What do you expect me to do? I would ask the opposition to answer me. Is there any criminal or circumstances? Who are the police? Well, it is not possible and hence no such special amendment will be made and Uniform Civil Code will as it is.
Silence.
माननीय महोदय, बड़ी हास्यास्पद बात है। मैं अपने विपक्ष के मित्र से पूछना चाहता हूं कि क्या इस देश में अहमदी, सिया, रोहिंग्या आदि मुसलमान संगठनों को बाकी धर्मों की तरह आजादी नहीं दी जा रही है? क्यों उन्हें इस अध्यादेश में स्थान नहीं दिया जा रहा है?
मेरे मित्र किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? वो है CAA, Citizen Amendmentship Act। मैं आपको ये बता दूं कि ये एक्ट हम लाए हैं ताकि हमारे देश में बढ़ती हुई बाहर से आती आबादी को रोका जा सके, जैसा कि मेरे मित्र ने कहा। पर मैं बता दूं कि भारत की आबादी क्यों बढ़ती जा रही है। मैं आपसे एक सवाल पूछना चाहता हूँ कि 57 मुस्लिम देशों के होने के बावजूद क्यों मुस्लिम आबादी को हमारे देश में आना पड़ रहा है। मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि हिंदू सिख आदि भाइयों के लिए जगह कहाँ है। आपका देश एक हिंदू राष्ट्र है और नेपाल और मालदीव के अलावा कोई तीसरा राष्ट्र हिंदू राष्ट्र नहीं है इस विश्व में। तो आखिर क्यों हम इस अध्यादेश में मुस्लिम भाइयों को कम जगह दे रहे हैं, इसमें क्या गलत है। आप मुझे ये बताइए कि 57 मुस्लिम देशों में होने के बावजूद यदि वो यहाँ आ रहे हैं और हमारे यहाँ की जनसंख्या बढ़ा रहे हैं, हमारे लोगों की नौकरी ले रहे हैं, तो इससे किसका नुकसान है। आप कहते हैं गरीबी हटाओ, गरीबी तब हटेगी जब गरीब जाएंगे। गरीब जाने के लिए लोगों की जनसंख्या काबू में होनी जरूरी है। वो जनसंख्या तो बढ़ती जा रही है। हम अपने आप को एक विश्व गुरु की उपाधि पर लेके जाना चाहते हैं, परंतु यदि हम विश्व से डरेंगे तो क्या होगा। हमें ये ठोस कदम उठाने ही होंगे। मुझे बताइए कि क्या चाइना मुसलमानों पर मुस्लिम पे कोई भी ऐसा कानून नहीं लाया जिसके कारण उन्हें तकलीफ हुई हो। बताइए, वहाँ तो मस्जिदें भी नहीं बनने दी जाती, तो क्या ये गलत नहीं है। पर फिर भी हम वहीं पे हैं जहाँ पाकिस्तान है, वह चाइना राष्ट्रीय यूनाइटेड संघ UN का अध्यक्ष है, वह मुख्य 5 में से है। भारत को वो स्थान नहीं है। तो हमें अंतर्राष्ट्रीय लेवल पर अपने देश को ऊंचा करने की क्या जरूरत है। हमें अपने देश का भविष्य और बेहतर बनाने की ओर तत्पर होना चाहिए।
Now, question number 105.
Manifestos are filled with generic promises, but they are not accompanied by specific good governance. Promises are not usually fulfilled. So what is the need of manifestos? One just meant to make good manifestos. The saying is not just stop spending money on useless things. Use this money for some good reason.
Please silence. Ruling party, please answer.
Election manifestos are source of information regarding the policies of political parties, and these represent the choices before the electorates. It underlines the competitive nature of these political parties. And so, if we say that our country has a democratic government, then free and fair elections are very necessary. And for this, election manifestos play a vital role.
Please silence. Now, question number 106.
आदरणीय सभापति महोदय, हर साल चुनाव के समय नेता अपने घोषणा पत्रों में लोगों को मुफ्त की चीजों का लालच देकर उनसे वोट आकर्षित करने की कोशिश करते हैं और इसके लिए हजारों करोड़ रुपए खर्च करते हैं। वो एक मतदाता अपने आया सोच का इस्तेमाल कैसे कर सकते हैं।
These private companies are the godfathers to follow. Make our country and its people economically powerful, and it's not a good parameter that we are setting up, but the policy of our former finance minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. These private companies invest in our projects and hence provide employment to this increasing population. In our government, the decisions and the decision makers are supervised, and unlike the previous governments, it is any sort of accompanying to the profit made by these private sectors. The resources and the budget are used for the development of the country, and I would like to clarify that the development we consider is for all, whether poor or rich, and for all citizens, whether urban or rural.
Silence, silence.
अंबानी अदानी हाय हाय, अंबानी अदानी
Yes, please silence.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, मुस्ताफी के लिए मैं माफी चाहता हूँ, मगर यहाँ पे बैठे हुए लोग के मन में जो गलत सोच चल रही है वो निकालना जरूरी है। यहाँ पर बैठे हुए लोग ज्यादा अंबानी अडानी हाय हाय बोल रहे हैं। मैं उनसे ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि उन्होंने क्या किया है देश के हित के लिए। अगर कुछ नहीं कर सकते तो कम से कम जो लोग कर रहे हैं, जो लोग अपने देश का नाम रोशन कर रहे हैं, उनके बारे में ऐसा गलत बयान देना सही नहीं है। अगर इतनी हैसियत है तो कुछ करके दिखाए।
Silence.
लेकिन यदि करंट चलते तो महंगाई का दर बढ़ रहा है, उसका क्या? क्या आपके पास समस्या का कोई समाधान है?
Now, question number 108.
माननीय सभापति महोदय, हम सब जानते हैं कि निजी संस्थानों की महंगाई दिन पर दिन बढ़ती जा रही है, तो देश का गरीब जाएगा। हम सबको पता है देश का गरीब सरकार ने बहुत सोचा, तो मैं सरकार से ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि सरकार देश के गरीबों के लिए क्या कर रही है और आगे क्या करेगी?
Silence. Yes, ruling party, please answer.
Honorable Speaker, we are actually not trying to provide a lending hand to the poor for both share, but we are actually trying to help them to grow. It requires enhanced facilities to provide good education. And for this, it requires technological advancements in today's global era. And for this, private companies are being appointed.
Silence.
They will not provide us only with good facilities in education and health, but will also reduce the pressure on government. And as I have already said that, the development we consider is for all. And I assure that with this privatization, the poor will earn enough to visit these private facilities.
Silence. So, as we all know, today is Army Day. So, I request our Defence Minister to please enlighten the significance of the day.
Honorable Speaker, thank you. Being the Defence Minister, I wish everyone a happy Army Day. Today is the day of our martyrs who have sacrificed their everything in the feet of their motherland. Today is the day of those soldiers who are still standing on the border for us, who are protecting us at every moment, for against the enemies who try to kill us. I wholeheartedly thank them all. Talking about the Indian Armed Forces, Indian Armed Forces are one of the world's largest armed forces, and we are still working on making it stronger and stronger. The time will come when our defense forces will become the number one force of the world. Indian Army has performed well in history now, and I believe that Indian Army Air Force Navy will be performing and achieving great heights in the upcoming future. Talking about history, Indian Army has performed numerous operations, be it 1971, 1947 or the 1999. On the moral grounds, Indian Army never takes the first step in the grounds of violence. But if anyone dares to touch the holy motherland, then they don't spare anyone. In 1971, 1999, 1967, 1947, every time Indian Army has made and achieved great heights by defeating the invaders who tried to touch our motherland. Not only war, Indian Army has also achieved numerous operations in saving the lives of people. During cyclones, thunderstorms or any other natural disasters, Indian Army always comes forward to help the people, to make the people live. So I wish everyone a happy Army Day, and I would like to pay tribute to them who martyred for us and are standing on the land borders for us. Thank you.
Yes, silence. Now, question asked are over. Now, the ruling party will introduce bills. First, Agnipath bill.
Honorable Speaker, today the Indian government is proposing the Agnipath scheme. Under this scheme, Agniveers or the soldiers will be recruited annually. They will be recruited in huge numbers, from 45,000 to 50,000. They will be recruited for 4 years, and after the tenure of 4 years, only 25% of the batch will be recruited back. And those 25% will be performing their duties for another 15 years. After the end of their tenure of 4 years, the Agniveers would be given an accumulated amount of 11.71 lakh. I repeat, 11.71 lakh after their tenure. Also,
fulfilling by cutting the pension? Talking about the pension, yes, the rising pay and the pension budget has been a key factor in rolling, but the scheme that will significantly cut down on the number of soldiers that retire on pension, and the money saved would go towards modernization and technology upgradation in the military. Giving permission for children in the army is a valuable fact. This comes to the bonding together of soldiers, a common purpose, subordination of self-interest, and complete identification with each other. The question is whether the unit cohesion will be diluted when there are two classes of soldiers with different service conditions. Could the upbringings to be back a stepping stone for the future career have the same morale and motivation level as regular soldiers? Could the competition among upbringings for 25% permanent posts strengthen or weaken the unit cohesion?
The competition among the activities for 25% permanent posts, which ensures the performance and strengthens the army. I'm not shooting in the air. You can imagine the scene of classrooms where the students perform and where the students try to become better at each and every step by doing hard work and enhancing their skills and not by fighting. And yes, this ultimately results good. And yes, it won't affect the unity as the recruitment into the army, the soldiers, will know the importance and value of unity. Thank you, Jai Hind.
But I can't understand why this 25% permanent post are necessary. You can take all those as well and let it be as it is.
Honorable Speaker, as I already mentioned, that this scheme has been proposed for the rolling out of the pension budget, the increasing pension budget due to which our burden is increasing. After this scheme will be reduced this burden. Due to this scheme, we'll be getting the great NCOs, the well-groomed NCOs, considering the shortage of officers in the Indian Armed Forces. This is of utmost importance that the NCOs are of the highest quality. So therefore, I propose the omnibus scheme today in the Parliament.
After listening from opposition and ruling party, now the House will take up consideration of Omnibus Bill. So those who are in favor, please say yes. Those who are against, please say no. I think yes, have it. Yes, have it. Yes, have it. Silence. Now the ruling party will introduce bill on women reservation.
Respected Speaker, in India, women have made significant achievements in various aspects of life. But there has to be substantial progress in women empowerment. Many women politicians are insufficient minority members, while male politicians dominate the party function. And thus, the Women Reservation Bill is being proposed, which is necessary to avoid the socio-political barriers that hinders the women's equal representation in the Indian socio-political system. Women Reservation Bill will be introducing three new articles: Article 330A, 332A, and 339. The SCs and STs are proposed to have 1/3 of the seats allocated for SCs and STs in the Lok Sabha and the state legislature assemblies. These efforts are aimed at increasing women's participation in the legislative assemblies, even among the groups that have been historically underrepresented.
Through the Speaker, I want to ask, will the women reservation not hinder the provisions of right to equality? And this type of the bill has already been rejected many a times because it hinders the right to everyone's equality.
If you are talking about equality, then the reservation for women is very necessary. As I already said in the very beginning, that many women politicians are insufficient minorities, while male dominate the overall functioning. If you see the statistics, then you can see the statistics of Nepal, which is having 36.2% seats for women in assembly. While for us,
Yes, you can go down.
If you are talking about statistics, then why are you talking about equality?
the 36.2% is the seats for women in assembly. While for us, it is only 14%. And you say that the women's reservation would bring equality, but the truth is that it will give women equality.
But making reservations in the political parties can also work. So this can also be done by the government. Why to disrupt the whole system? You can just make provisions and reserve some seats for women and that's it.
Honorable Speaker, in order to address the problems like the high rates of crimes against women in workforce, the poor nutrition level has stellar sex ratio. Women must be represented in decision-making process. Sir, women's issues will be discussed time when this instrument was signed had totally different conditions, but the condition we are facing now is totally different. That is running in this region.
Yes, please sit down.
Has to be controlled with all we can do. But the Indian government, as I already said, has to face many restrictions in this state. What about the people of Kashmir? What about their culture? If Article 370 is abrogated, then definitely the culture of Kashmir will not be 35A, that no one except the Kashmiri can buy property in Kashmir. Not even anyone from any other state marry a girl from Kashmir. Thus, because of this, the culture of Kashmir was saved. So, honorable people, does not the government think it's a matter to be discussed?
Honorable Speaker, I would like to remind my opposition that when this article of the instrument was signed, it seemed good. But today, as we all know, what is happening over Jammu and Kashmir, we must be concerned about it. We are talking about equality and all that stuff. We should take a note that if a Kashmiri girl marry with a boy from another state, she is departing from the property. But in case a Kashmiri boy marries with a girl from another state, he is allowed to have a property. Speaker, I will ask my opposition, is it right? Is it the gender equality? Well, talking about the investment, the growth of the state, about it, where Jammu and Kashmir is completely on tourism. But we know that it is not sufficient. So industry setup is very important. World is moving for modernization and industrialization. We must go with the flow and make our Jammu and Kashmir as well as our country with the most important, the people of our country to get the growth at their height. As the Home Minister of the country, I will propose the bill to abrogate the Article 370 from the Constitution with the immediate action. Thank you, Jai.
Now, the House will take up consideration of abrogation of Article 370. So, those who are in favor, please say yes. Those who are in against, please say no. I think yes, have it. Yes, have it. Yes, have it. Now, all the questions and bills are over. Now, the House is dismissed. We will meet in next session.
So, this is how the laws are made in our parliament. We hope that the audience must have enjoyed the performance and must have got some precious information. Now, I would like to see that every event has its own allure points, and this event also had its bright allure points. This event was a collective success for not only a significant cadets or teacher, but it was an achievement for all those who gave their contribution, be it the cadets or the teachers. But in every event, there are some people who capture the spotlight, be it through their performance, and sometimes their invincible contribution in this event. 2 of our cadets have made the spotlight fall on them because of their contributions and the hard work they did to make this event a benchmark. And now I request Senior Master to escort Principal and Administrative Officer over the stage to felicitate our spotlight achievers.
one of the live TV programs, how it is conducted and how bills are processed or how questioning and answering takes place. But seeing it here again, I think it is one of the best things which you people have also witnessed. The entire team, including the cadets and the conducting team, the social studies department, including Mr. Rajit Pandey sir, Mr. Manojit sir, and the other all teachers those who are involved in this, and the cadets, they are praiseworthy. This is how the involvement is required. I hope that all the cadets who are seeing, those who are witnessing this, they could learn something. That what is the procedure which is followed. Since India is one of the biggest democracies in the world, we must know that how procedures are followed. And this is the very correct way of doing it. When we were in our school days, we used to just read the books and just understand whatever we could by our own imagination. That time we never used to have so much of platforms. Like today we have a lot of media platforms and a lot of access to various information. But now, seeing this, that certain things are being explained in such a nice and informative way, this is very good. This is how I want my cadets to involve themselves in every event wherever they participate. The way you have participated here, in any other activity you have to give your best. You have to get into it. That's how you have to perform. Let it be a sports activity or any other extracurricular activity. You have to involve yourself and you have to prove that as much as your teachers and the other staff are dedicated and they are putting so much of efforts, you have to also put same efforts. That is what is required. Very good show, and once again congratulations to the entire team which has done this very good show. Excellent.